Welcome to Hacking Success, where I break down strategies to help B2B SaaS cybersecurity vendors get ahead. If you're in the business of cybersecurity, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more practical, future-forward advice for cyber business pros just like yourself. Today I'm talking about something that's getting a lot of buzz lately, connected TV advertising, or CTV. Now I get it, the whole idea of running TV ads sounds intimidating. Isn't CTV just for B2C brands? Do I need a high-budget, professionally produced commercial just to get started? And how would this even work for a B2B company selling cybersecurity solutions? These are all legit questions, and I'll tackle them here. This is actually a really approachable way to get started that doesn't involve a big budget or complicated setup. I'll get into that later in the video. First, let's break down what CTV actually is, why it's getting more attention, and why it might make sense for your cybersecurity business. All right, let's start with the basics. What is CTV? CTV stands for Connected TV. It's any TV that connects to the internet to stream content. Think smart TVs, streaming devices like Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV, and even gaming consoles like Xbox and PlayStation. Most people these days are streaming their shows on platforms like Hulu, Pluto TV, Sling TV, and YouTube TV. And those video ads that pop up during streaming, that's CTV advertising. It's a lot like the old school TV commercials, but way more targeted. Here's the big difference. Instead of throwing your ad out there and hoping the right people see it, CTV uses data-driven targeting. You're actually choosing who sees your ad based on things like demographics, interests, and even job roles. So, why should cybersecurity vendors even bother with CTV? Traditionally, CTV has been dominated by big consumer brands, fast food, car companies, subscription services. They're all about mass appeal, and CTV works for them because it reaches a lot of people. But recently, B2B companies have started getting into the mix, and there's good reason for that. The targeting has gotten a lot more sophisticated. It's not just about reaching a whole household anymore. It's about reaching the right people in that household. Some platforms like LinkedIn's CTV integration actually let you target specific roles, industries, or companies. So instead of just hoping your ad gets in front of a decision maker, you're actually getting in front of the right people. Imagine your ad showing up while a CISO or IT manager is catching up on their favorite show after work. That's valuable. All right, let's clear up one of the biggest misconceptions. Do you need a professionally produced commercial to make CTV work? Honestly, no. You don't need some fancy Hollywood-style production. A lot of brands think CTV means spending big bucks on slick visuals, but it's really about more clear, straightforward messaging. Think of it like your LinkedIn video strategy. If you're already making videos for LinkedIn, maybe product explainers or thought leadership clips, you're closer to making a CTV ad than you might think. Just keep it short. 15 to 30 seconds is plenty. The goal is to be clear, relatable, and real. You don't need perfect production. You just need to get your message across. One of the biggest things about CTV advertising is the targeting. You're not just guessing who's watching like with traditional TV. You're using data-driven insights to get your ad in front of the right people. Here's how it breaks down. There's demographic targeting for age, gender, and location. Then there's behavioral targeting for what they're watching and how they engage with content. Then there's contextual targeting, ads that match the content being viewed. And then there's account-based marketing, specifically useful for B2B, targeting roles, industries, or even named accounts. Now, I get asked this a lot. Can you choose the specific shows where your CTV ads appear? The answer is kind of. It depends on the platform. If you're using programmatic platforms like The Trade Desk, MNTN, or StackAdapt, you're mostly targeting audience segments instead of specific shows. These platforms prioritize data-driven targeting based on who's watching rather than what they're watching. If you really want to place your ad on a particular show, you might have to go through a direct buy with a streaming network, like buying ad space during a specific series on Hulu. But honestly, that's usually expensive and not very flexible. For most B2B brands, it's better to focus on targeting the right audience rather than obsessing over the exact show. And now a quick break from our regularly scheduled programming to spotlight a resource I've found genuinely invaluable. Richard Vanderbloom's 2025 Algorithm Insights Report. If you're trying to get better results on LinkedIn without guessing what works, this is your next download. All right, here's the part I teased earlier. The easiest way to get started on CTV if you're a cybersecurity vendor is LinkedIn's CTV integration. If you're already running LinkedIn ads, this will feel familiar. You build a matched audience, maybe it's CISOs, IT managers, or specific company lists. Instead of just running those ads on LinkedIn, you can now extend that audience to CTV. Same targeting, same data you already trust. You're not shooting in the dark. Your ad gets shown to relevant professionals while they're streaming. It's a great way to make your LinkedIn strategy work harder without reinventing the wheel. So, is CTV worth it for cybersecurity vendors? I'd say yes, especially if you start with LinkedIn's CTV option. You're not taking a huge risk. You're just building on what you already know works. Start small, run a pilot, measure how it performs. Then if it's working, think about expanding to other CTV platforms. What do you think? Does CTV sound like a good move for your go-to-market team? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I put links to some helpful resources and tools in the description. Help yourself to those. And don't forget to follow Bootstrap Cyber for more practical tips and strategies. Visit bootstrapcyber.com to join the only community for cyber business pros just like yourself. Now, it's time to get back to business. I'll see you next week. Until then, keep hacking your success.